maybe back up a little bit. So that there's a passenger drone that you sit inside
Exactly.
and it just flies you
Correct.
to
Yeah, between like 2 and 4 passengers. Like if you have $350,000 just sitting in the bank, burning a hole in your wallet, you can go buy a passenger drone in China.
Wow. And would I be allowed to fly the United States with the aviation, the FAA rules?
So in the United States, there are allowances for experimental aircraft. So you would have to register it with as an experimental aircraft.
Okay.
And there are still like some exceptions or waivers that you have to get. So that's where, again, from a public service perspective, as much as I'm building AuHu to technologically solve the problem of making the world more accessible, really centered around drones and then our software platform to control our drones. But then also thinking about it from a political perspective, right? Like cars wouldn't have been adopted in the way that they're used today if we never had Dwight Eisenhower create the Interstate System here in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think we need, technically minded, forward-thinking individuals in the federal government thinking about how we can not just follow China, a decade behind in developing the drone industry, but really not just lead the charge in making the technology, but actually leading the charge for how it can and should be used as well.
That's true. So do you do any advocacy work in the government? Do you go talk to lawmakers?
So I've started out at least locally in Forsyth County in the earlier days of AuHu, going to all of our local Board of Commissioners meetings. But there's really nothing that they can do as far as drone regulation. So,
right, it's like that, yeah. It's a federal thing.
Right. And so I've started reaching out to local Congress men and women, actually. One being here in South Carolina, Nancy Mace. I've talked to her briefly, actually trying to get her to talk on our podcast in a longer form conversation. Congressman Rich McCormick, who is our congressman down in the District 7 of Georgia. And then there's been a few others. Andrew Clyde is another one that's local to us. He's very big, almost like a one-issue sort of voter and representative for the Second Amendment. And I even look at, drones, even though we're working to make drones part of the everyday household and business from like a consumer and commercial perspective. Clearly, drones have a lot of application and potential within the military as well. And so